So I wanted to kind of keep things going with the dating and relationship stuff and all the things that are coming up for me and my healing process and a lot of the new information that I've been cultivating just within 12 hours. So I was doing some research last night and I discovered that I have a perfect example of what anxious attachment style would be in relationship, in the way that I was raised. Now, what an anxious attachment style is when you were, or what how it's caused is from childhood. So a parent is inconsistent with their behavior, with their nurturing, with the attention that they're giving you. They can seem emotionally unavailable, apathetic, which is like cold or critical. And there's just an inconsistency with their emotional state. So in that, the child becomes clingy and desperate and very much seeking that attention. Now, some signs, how that transcribes as an adult, the things that, I mean, it was so fucking spot on. I was like, goddamn. So like difficulty trusting others, low self-esteem, constantly worrying that I'm going to be abandoned, because at the core of this anxious attachment style is are these core wounds, and mine are abandonment, being alone, not being good enough, not being lovable. So some other signs of this is constantly craving closeness and intimacy, being overly dependent in relationships, requiring frequent reassurance that people care about you. So like for me, it's like seeking for compliments or seeking for, I mean, even posting this video there's a little bit underneath it that's like seeking validation that like what I'm feeling and what I'm going through is valid. And I just want to say this, there are so many people with the same thing. And there's different levels and there's different kinds of attachment style. This is just what I am. So you can do your own research. So another sign or characteristic of this attachment style is being highly emotional, impulsive, unpredictable, and moody. Being overly sensitive to a partner's actions and moods. That was a big one for me because I realized that for me to be fully happy or to feel at peace and calm within my own body, I was constantly seeking to make the other person feel good. So if like my partner came home, and they were grumpy or whatnot, I would like go out of my way to be like, what's wrong? Like, did I do something wrong? Or, how can I fix this? How can I fix this right now? And it was like constantly wanting to like fix whatever problem there was, even if it had nothing to do with me, but the energy that it brought to the room or to the relationship, I literally could not fucking handle it. And I'm still working on that, and it'll always be a thing. It'll always be a work in progress. When I was writing today, some things were coming up, and I realized that, in my romantic relationships and dating, this anxious attachment style has really looked like catering to the needs of others before my own, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, constantly needing to cater to them to make sure that they are happy before me. And constantly feeling unworthy of being fully loved by another, and not trusting when somebody says, hey, I love you, or like giving me a compliment, or just being fully present with, hey, like they're saying they love you, like they're not gonna lie to you about that, you know what I mean? I mean, unless they're a fucking dick, but for the most part, they're not going to. A lot of the times I would lose myself in a relationship. So putting my friends, my family, my goals, my dreams, my aspirations on the back burner to support my partner, to support them in their dreams and in their goals, and, which always, it seemed to create a lot of resentment within myself because I wasn't being fully, I wasn't fulfilling what I needed. And this also goes with friendships as well. It's like constantly giving in a friendship, or putting yourself in the line of being the emotional support buddy or whatever, which we all need, but like to an extent that was like unhealthy. So in my dating world, it's been really interesting to see all this transcribe and come up again. And it's like little things, like you start dating somebody, or just even talking to somebody, someone you're attracted to, and they don't text you right away, or they don't call you back right away, or it's been a couple days and you're like, oh fuck, like, oh my God, they don't like me anymore. Like, these stories that are created are fucking out of control, and you're like, bro, calm the fuck down. But it's this wound, it's constantly coming back to that inner child and going like, okay, what does my inner child need? What does that 3-year-old little girl in me need right now? She needs to be loved, and she needs some attention, and be like, hey, like, I'm here. It's like this consistency with rechecking in with yourself, and being able to know when you need to take a step back and nurture yourself. Because in this anxious attachment style, it's all about learning how to nurture yourself, and how to self-soothe, and how to step back and step away from the person, the situationship, the thing that's in front of you, and go like, okay, I need to take a moment for myself and nurture myself in whatever form that may be. Majority of the time, and what's been coming up for me lately, is going and screaming into pillows and crying and just having basically like a temper tantrum, because that's what my inner child feels like. She is just like fucking needs to move this energy out of her body, because she's feeling so much anxiety surrounding, the pressure that she's put on herself to be loved by another. So, within all of this, I'm really learning that I need to be consistent in this healing, because this is a huge aspect of my life that needs attention and needs to be seen and heard and validated. And I'm the only one who can do that. So, really diving into learning about what this is and how I can navigate through the healing process. It's really just being able to be like, okay, like validating that the feelings on all levels, the shitty feelings, the good feelings, they are all valid, and they are all worthy of being felt and seen and heard. And being able to tell myself and really feel the emotion when it comes up, and be like, hey, like, you are safe. You are so worthy. You have tons of people out here that love you and that see you as, a huge part of their life. And that's amazing. Like, how cool. So some ways that I'm choosing to help heal this anxious attachment style, or at least to start the reprogramming of my subconscious mind, is, you know, mindfulness is always a great practice for anybody. Meditation, being able to, when I'm feeling that anxiety well up, and you know, it's like here from my heart to my throat, and then it'll go into my head, and I'll feel like really tense, and I'll feel like this heaviness in my chest, and just like my heart will race. It's just like when you're having a panic attack or an anxiety attack. It's that feeling, but it's like constant. So meditation, being able to stop in the moment and be aware when I'm moving through it, and be able to go into my mind and talk to my inner child and give her whatever she needs. If it's a hug, if it's just letting her cry and scream and kick, or just being present with her, whatever she needs in that moment, I will give that to her. So just having the awareness of when I need to go in there and do that for her. And to know that my feelings are valid, you know, and to be able to express those feelings in a healthy manner. But to do that on my own, not needing another to do that for me. Like I said before, like it's been really helpful going and screaming into pillows and just fucking letting it out, because that energy is just needing to move out of my body. And I'm gonna do a 21-day kind of reset to help reprogram my subconscious my subconscious mind. I'm not sure how that is going to look, but it'll include some meditation, probably inner child work and reparenting, and some affirmations, because I have been getting up in the morning and reading affirmations out loud, because that feels like it's been helping. Anyways, so I wanted to share this all with you, because I just feel like it's so important for us to know what our attachment style is in relationships, and just in any relationship, our friendships, our family, our lovers, our dating, our partnerships. I just feel like the more we know about ourselves, the better. And I'm all about learning. I'm all about exploring my subconscious. I'm all about exploring who I am and what I'm here to do, and to learn about myself, because this is the journey, right? Like learning about ourselves and letting go of what no longer works, and trying new things and seeing how it feels. I think that's the beauty of this life. So fuck yeah. Let's do it. And I think by putting this out there, it's going to help me stay committed to not only sharing it with you, but also helping me stay committed to this practice of staying, aware and open and vulnerable and all the things. So fuck yeah.